While everyone fixated on ChatGPT versus Claude versus Gemini, something far more dangerous just happened in plain sight. Not in a lab, not in a research paper, but inside an app you probably have on your phone right now. Last year, DeepSeek sent shockwaves through Silicon Valley. Chinese AI that could compete with GPT-4. Analysts called it a Sputnik moment. Markets panicked. Nvidia's stock trembled. Washington scrambled. The message was clear. America's AI dominance wasn't guaranteed anymore. But here's what almost nobody realized. DeepSeek wasn't the earthquake. It was just the warning tremor. 3 weeks ago, ByteDance, the company behind TikTok, quietly released something called Seedance 2.0. On the surface, it looks like another AI video generator. Sora has one. Runway has one. Meta is building one. Just another competitor in a crowded space, right? Wrong. Seedance 2.0 isn't a product, it's a weapon. And the target isn't OpenAI or Google. It's the entire foundation of Western AI dominance. Here's why. For the past 3 years, we've been told a simple story about the AI race. The story goes like this. Whoever controls the chips, controls the future. America makes the best GPUs through Nvidia. We restrict their export to China. China can't get advanced semiconductors. Therefore, America wins AI. Game over. That story just became obsolete. To understand what's happening, stop thinking about AI as one thing. AI isn't a product, it's a stack. 4 layers. Layer 1, semiconductors, the physical chips that power everything. Layer 2, compute infrastructure, massive server farms running those chips. Layer 3, foundation models, the actual AI systems, GPT-4, Claude, etc. Layer 4, applications, the software people actually use. America dominated by spreading across these layers through different companies. Nvidia at layer 1, Amazon and Microsoft at layer 2, OpenAI at layer 3, Meta and Google at layer 4. Separate companies, separate incentives, separate strategies. China is doing something different. China is vertically integrating the entire stack. And that changes everything. Text AI was phase 1. ChatGPT, coding assistants, reasoning engines. Explosive but structured. Language follows patterns. Video is simulation. Video simulates physics, motion, lighting, temporal consistency, emotional pacing. A person walking through a door isn't just pixels, it's gravity, momentum, shadow dynamics, fabric physics. The leap from text to video isn't incremental, it's exponential. ByteDance positioned Cedance for professional film production, advertising, and e-commerce. Advertising is revenue. Film is culture. Short-form video is influence. Now add TikTok's distribution network. If you control the AI that creates the video and the platform that distributes it to 1.5 billion users, you have a self-improving feedback loop. Picture this. A small business owner in Jakarta generates 50 product ads in 1 hour using Cedance. She uploads them directly to TikTok. Within minutes, millions see them. ByteDance tracks which videos get watched, which get skipped, which drive clicks. That data flows back into Cedance, making tomorrow's AI-generated ads even better. All automatic, all integrated. Every video generated becomes training data. Every interaction refines the model. Every ad campaign becomes optimization. Every swipe, skip, share, all of it flows back. This is not a model launch. This is a closed-loop ecosystem plugged into half the planet's attention. Google has YouTube but doesn't make the videos. Meta has Instagram but creators use third-party tools. OpenAI has Sora but no distribution. ByteDance has both ends, creation and distribution, generation and feedback, training and deployment. That's compound leverage. If this challenges how you've been thinking about the AI race, share it with someone who still thinks it's just about building the best model. Look at the last 18 months. SMIC has continued advancing domestic chip manufacturing despite heavy sanctions. Huawei has pushed forward with AI accelerators designed to reduce reliance on Nvidia GPUs. DeepSeek has demonstrated frontier-level reasoning capabilities without unlimited compute. And ByteDance has scaled multimodal AI directly into global distribution through its platforms. 4 companies, 4 layers of the stack. What looks like separate developments begins to resemble a coordinated build. China is closing the chip gap, not overnight, but steadily. It's expanding domestic compute infrastructure. DeepSeek showed that frontier performance doesn't always require infinite hardware, and ByteDance controls both the creative tools and the distribution channels that deliver AI directly to billions of users. That's vertical integration. And vertical integration creates something sanctions struggle to break: resilience. The entire Western strategy relies on choke points: cut off advanced GPUs, and the AI ecosystem starves. Control EUV lithography, and China can't manufacture cutting-edge chips. That strategy assumes dependence on a single critical layer. But what happens when strength develops across multiple layers simultaneously? Pressure diffuses. If compute is constrained, applications scale domestically. If foundation models face barriers, creative tools expand regionally. If chips lag by a generation, integration and optimization compensate. This is strategic redundancy. One area slows, another advances. Hardware restricted, software optimizes. Exports tighten, platforms scale. Ecosystems survive pressure through depth, not just strength, and China is building depth. For 2 years, Nvidia has been the sun at the center of the AI solar system. Every hyperscaler fought for H200 allocation. But dependency is a two-way street. If alternatives become good enough, not superior, just good enough, leverage eroding, not overnight, but structurally. Nvidia controls the bottom of the stack. ByteDance operates at the top, and top-layer dominance shapes demand patterns. If China generates massive internal AI usage through integrated applications, that drives domestic infrastructure investment, which funds chip development, which narrows gaps over time. It's not about replacing Nvidia tomorrow. It's about reducing reliance gradually. The AI race was once about model size, then GPU supply. Now it's about ecosystem density. Who controls enough layers that constraints can't halt momentum? The US still leads in chip design. Nvidia powers most training. Western labs push frontiers. But China is building a different race, one where layers integrate and control flows vertically. In that race, the rules are different. This isn't explosion. This is compression. From DeepSeek to Cedance, chips to distribution. China isn't just innovating, it's assembling. Assembled systems compound faster. When OpenAI improves GPT, everyone benefits. When ByteDance improves Cedance, only ByteDance captures the value. Better models strengthen platforms. Stronger platforms enrich data. Closed loops accelerate. The AI war won't be decided by a single breakthrough. It will be decided by who controls every layer beneath the model. Infrastructure, distribution, iteration speed, feedback loops. That determines who sets the tempo. And the side that sets the tempo doesn't just participate in the future, they define it. Everyone called DeepSeek the Sputnik moment. Panic, emergency meetings, op-eds about falling behind. But Sputnik wasn't scary because it was a satellite. It was scary because it proved the Soviets had orbital launch capability, which meant they could deliver nuclear warheads anywhere on Earth. The satellite was just proof of the infrastructure underneath. DeepSeek was the satellite. Seedance is proof of the infrastructure. And infrastructure is what matters. 3 possible futures. Scenario 1. The gap widens. Sanctions work. China's chip disadvantage compounds. They build a domestic ecosystem, but it's second tier. Washington's bet. Scenario 2. Parallel universes. China achieves good enough across every layer. The world splits into 2 AI ecosystems. Western apps dominate the West. Chinese apps dominate everywhere else. Probably what happens. Scenario 3. The stack wins. Vertical integration becomes an advantage. Tighter loops mean faster iteration. 5 years out, ByteDance's video AI is the global standard. Not catching up, leading. The nightmare scenario. The Valley thinks it's about who builds the best model. But China isn't optimizing for best model. China is optimizing for best system. The best model in isolation might be GPT-5, trained on infinite compute, pushing benchmarks. But the best system? Modèle plus distribution, plus feedback, plus data flywheel. Systems beat components. ByteDance isn't building the smartest AI, they're building the most integrated AI. Creation feeds, distribution feeds, monetization feeds, data feeds, improvement. Systems compound. The West dominates research papers. China dominates screen time. TikTok, 1.5 billion users. Douyin, 700 million more. Combined daily engagement, billions of behavioral signals. That's not prompt data, that's attention data. OpenAI learns from what users ask. ByteDance learns from what users watch, skip, replay, share, and buy. Behavioral data is more predictive than text prompts. It reveals preference, impulse, emotion, and spending behavior in real time. And when your AI system is plugged directly into that fire hose, improvement becomes automatic. Western AI labs optimize for benchmarks. Chinese AI platforms optimize for behavior. And behavior scales faster than research. Control the application layer. Shape infrastructure demand. ByteDance needs compute for Cedance. That demand funds Huawei's chip development. Huawei's progress reduces Nvidia dependence. Less dependence means weaker sanctions. It's a reinforcement cycle. The West built AI horizontally. Each company optimizes its slice. Flexibility, but also friction. China builds vertically. Tighter integration, less friction. Less friction means faster compounding. Past tech competitions were about replicating Western products. This isn't replication. This is parallel evolution. The West builds horizontally. Best-in-class components, open APIs, maximum flexibility. China builds vertically. Integrated stacks, closed loops, maximum efficiency. Horizontal systems win at innovation. Vertical systems win at deployment speed, and AI is entering the deployment phase. The next 5 years won't be about who invents the most impressive demo. It'll be about who deploys AI into billions of lives most effectively. And deployment is ByteDance's core competency. What if the AI race was never really about intelligence? What if it was always about deployment, distribution, and feedback loops? What if the model is just the engine, the platform is the vehicle, and what matters is controlling the roads? If AI supremacy is about systems, not models, then the scorecard looks different than everyone assumes. Western AI labs lead on benchmarks. Chinese AI platforms lead on integration. Western companies push research boundaries. Chinese companies push deployment scale. The AI war just entered a new phase. The question is whether anyone in Washington is watching the right companies. Because while we've been counting GPUs, China has been building something else entirely. A vertically integrated AI superpower. One that doesn't need permission to iterate. One that depends less and less on Western chips each year. One where the system improves itself. The next superpower won't be the country with the smartest AI. It'll be the country with the tightest loop. And that loop is already spinning. If this shifted your thinking, forward it to 3 people in tech, policy, or investing. The race is accelerating, and most people are watching the wrong metrics.